Creighton's not a great team. Then they face UMBC, who, granted, I'm not taking anything away from them.
I don't know where they were from.
I'm not taking anything away from them. Beating Virginia means that you're a good team, but let's be honest here. They were a 16 seed for a reason, and then you face Kentucky. I thought it was over. I really thought Kentucky was going to win. But Kansas State pulled it out late. It was great.
But don't you just love watching Kentucky lose?
Yes.
Yes, there's part of me that does. I have breaking Giants news, by the way.
Yeah, look what I'm showing you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Josh Morrow of the New York Giants has been suspended without pay for the first 4 games of the 2018 regular season for violating the NFL policy on performance-enhancing substances. That was a 1-year deal, and you've wasted it.
I was just about to say,
They just signed him.
They just signed him. They just signed him to a 1-year deal.
The
Cut him.
Giants? Yes.
Cut him. Just do it.
Do the Giants...
Go get Sue.
Can the Giants drug test people before they sign
This
them?
is ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
That is beyond embarrassing. Holy
How does that
moly.
even happen?
Honestly, cut him. There's no point now.
I agree with you. You're listening to Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I'm Jacob Volk, sitting across from me, Dominic Arbolino, Eric Fischetti, and Nick Orenberger. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. And we're talking Sweet 16. Yesterday, FSU defeated Gonzaga by a score of 75-60. What did you think of the game?
Another upset.
Well, was it really an upset, though?
I mean, I had Gonzaga going this far anyway, but even still, to lose to Florida State, yeah, that's kind of an upset.
I mean,
Gonzaga was the better team.
They were the better team in terms of seeding. I will give you that. But Gonzaga this year was so overrated to me.
They were inconsistent.
They were maddeningly inconsistent.
Yeah.
This was not a good Gonzaga team. And I give Mark Few a ton of credit for getting them to this point in the Sweet 16. But we do have a caller on the line. Caller, you're on Beyond the Game.
You know, you should have added Gonzaga just can't beat an ACC team lately in March Madness.
This is true, Martin from Merrick. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Doing good. What's going on?
So I just had to throw that in. But how about the big matchup tonight, Duke-Syracuse?
You know what? That's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a really good game, but I just get the sense that maybe the orange has been the juice has been squeezed out of the orange that last game against. What?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I really don't think so. I think they are going.
know.
They are going to push Duke to the limit.
Well,
I hope so. I hope you're right.
You know, the thing is, one of the things that makes March Madness what it is you have a bunch of teams that have never seen another bunch of teams. So here they are, you know, trying to watch tape and trying to plan against stuff that they haven't seen live action.
Except
well, Duke has played Syracuse, and
Yes.
Duke has beaten Syracuse.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, as much as I respect the desire for an upset, and this seems to be the tournament of upsets, unfortunately, I think Duke's going to win, if for no other reason than familiarity.
I mean, I'm picking Duke, too. When Duke faced Syracuse this year, Duke won by 16 points. That was actually the game where Marvin Bagley came back from a knee injury. I am picking Duke, but I'm obviously going to be pulling really hard for Syracuse. I am in love with these upsets, man. Let me tell you, I love these Cinderella teams.
Anarchy. It's great.
This is going to be Krzyzewski versus Boeheim. Like, it's going to be who can outcoach the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
Right, and they've done that before, too. But let me ask, what's the over-under on the number of kicks and hip checks?
From who? Grayson Allen or the whole Duke team?
1.5.
Okay. Have a good weekend, gentlemen.
You too. All right, that was a good
one.
call. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516 572-7440 here on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Dominic Arbolino, Eric Fischetti, and Nick Ornberger. And while we're talking about tonight's games, we might as well talk about Clemson going up against Kansas, one of the few number one seeds to still be alive. Or should I say one of the two, because it is just Kansas going up against Villanova in terms of one seeds. But I do have Kansas in this game. Bill Self is such a good coach. I think they're better than Clemson, and I'm picking Kansas.
I refuse to call this an easy win, but I really like Kansas.
There's no such thing as an easy win in March.
I know. I agree with you. We've seen it this whole tournament, but I am picking Kansas, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
No,
I think at
definitely
most,
not.
honestly, at most, 7 points.
The only game tonight that I could see being a blowout is Syracuse-Duke. But other than that, these 4 games tonight are wide open. They really are. And Kansas is such a good team this year. Obviously, with Bill Self as the coach, you're always going to be competitive. But I think this is a really good Kansas team that could make a run to a national title. I really do think that it is a possibility. I'm still sticking with my original prediction of Villanova versus Michigan, with Villanova winning, but don't be surprised if Kansas wins. Also tonight, WVU will go up against Villanova. With that in mind, guys, give me your thoughts on the game.
Villanova.
Yeah, Villanova. It's pretty easy.
You don't need to elaborate on it. It's just Villanova.
It's the coach.
Bridges and
Jay
Brunson
Wright
are an absolute matchup nightmare, and they're just going to crush them. This is going to be a huge.
Well, let me ask you guys a question, though. How do you think Nova will do against the typical Bob Huggins full court press defense?
It's going to be difficult to adjust, but once you see like the scheme of which they're trying to play, West Virginia's going to tire themselves out to me, because when you play full court press,
yeah, but they do it all year though, and they never tire. To be honest with you,
I feel like
they've done it successfully for a long time.
I feel like it still can catch up with you.
No, I disagree with you. Bob Huggins has been doing this for a long time, and they never really seem to tire. I'm a big Bob Huggins fan. WVU was actually the first college that I wanted to go to when I started looking at colleges, and now I'm here, and I love it here. Don't get me wrong, but I am a big Huggy Bear fan. I am picking Villanova, but WVU is going to give them a run for their money.
I just feel like for it to even be close, it has to take the game of Javon Carter's life, and to win it, to beat them.
You guys really think it's going to be like?
I think it's going to. This is the one game that I think is going to be a huge blowout.
Oh, I completely disagree with you guys. Why are you so quick to count out WVU?
Hey, I dislike Villanova more than anybody.
I mean, I'm picking Villanova, but guys, WVU's a good team this year.
It's not that I'm counting them out. It's just that I do not see it being a blowout. I really don't. I think that this is going to go down to the wire, as probably with most of these games. And I know that you said Duke-Syracuse could possibly be a blowout. I don't see it.
Really?
I really don't see it. I see at most 10 points.
Okay.
At
all right,
most.
fair enough. I mean, listen, anything is possible come March. I'm not going to get on any of you guys for making a bold prediction, because I'd have gotten on you if you'd picked UMBC over Virginia. So anything's possible, in the immortal words of Kevin Garnett. Additionally, tonight, Texas Tech will go up against Purdue in what should be the best game tonight. Yes. With that in mind, guys, give me your thoughts on the game.
I mean, should have been Florida.
Losing Haas is hard for Purdue. I mean,
he may play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came out that he may play.
Well, if he doesn't, you're losing a big piece there. Jacob, we were able to see him in the Big Ten championship game at MSG, because obviously it was Michigan versus Purdue, and pretty much in the first 5 minutes, he had all the team's points.
Isaac Haas can be a very good player in the NBA.
Yes, he's got the size and everything. So again, if they have him, it's going to be an interesting game. But if not, you're really going to have to find, you're going to have to fill the pieces some way, in a different way, I should say.
I mean, here's what I'll say about this game. If Isaac Haas plays and he's at 100%, Purdue will win.
Yeah.
If Haas is even affected just a little bit, I am picking Texas Tech. So we got about 90 seconds left. It's time for the bottom of the ninth. Dominic, we'll start with you.
Well, this one, of course, goes out to the New York Jets. I'd love to see Ndamukong Suh, obviously, on the defensive line, and also Coney Ely still. I mean, even if, Ndamukong Suh, depending on what the contract is, I'd still like to see Coney Ely back there.
Yeah, so would I. Eric?
So, Jacob, I said this to you before we came on, way before we came on, actually, that I would be surprised if the Giants squeaked out 7 wins. And now, with this suspension, I can see them possibly getting at least 4 or 5.
Just because of this guy?
You think Josh Morrow hurts them that much?
I don't think... Well, it definitely helps that he was in Betcher's system, so he can help these young guys figure out this defense. I don't
by
think
2 or 3 wins?
I just don't know where they are. I have no idea where they are.
I don't know if this...
I wouldn't go that far.
This isn't just because of that suspension. Just now that I had time to get over it, saying that they could possibly reach 7 wins. I just don't know where they are right now. I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to compete or rebuild? I can see at most 7, but in reality, I'm expecting at least 4 or 5.
Before he was on the Giants, I'm going to admit, I really did not know who Josh Morrow was. I didn't even
don't feel bad. No one did.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going to affect the Giants that much. Maybe it'll hurt them a little bit because obviously it's annoying to have a guy like that, but I don't know.
Depending on what happens in the draft, I'll say 6 wins. Nick?
We didn't talk any hockey, but I'm excited.
Yes, we did.
Barely.
A little bit.
We had a rant on Islanders. That's about it.
Because they stink!
And that's not really talking about hockey.
I'm excited for Devils playoff hockey, and I'm excited that you'll be joining me for a game this year.
Yes, I will. That is the game that I am looking forward to the most. As I mentioned, tomorrow I am going to the Islander Blackhawk game. Looking forward to getting a Jordan Eberle bobblehead, but that's pretty much it. I'm going to be on my phone the entire night. Sorry, Dad. All right. Looks like we're about out of time here on Beyond the Game. For Dominic Arbolino, Eric Fischetti, and Nick Ornberger, I am Jacob Volk saying that Dick Allen's weakness wasn't the high fastball, it was the fast high ball.